Here we are, spawning in the upper right. In the red, he is representing good game gaming. He is Patience. And his opponent in the upper right, excuse me, in the bottom right in the blue for Team GP, he is RYUNG. So before we get on into this game too much, I've seen some mention of the fact that some mention to the Nina versus Prince game, because it was the best game ever. But that, I do have confirmation, that will be getting uploaded to the YouTube channel at some point. So, are we doing predictions? I think I'm a one-man show at this point, so if I can figure out how to do it. Who will win? Okay, I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out some other time, because right now we're casting. You know, Silex, if you... Oh, no, you're not a mod. If someone who's a mod knows how to do this, I have not done it, because normally when I cast, I'm on a 2-minute delay, so it's really hard for me to do so. But anyway, if someone knows how to do it, please feel free to do game-by-game predictions. Unfortunately, that is beyond my ken at the moment. I'll try to set it up between games when we get into the next one. We'll see. Dude, 215p. I specifically am BeoMulf. This is the Alpha X channel. And yes, this is live. There is no delay, because that's just how we do things. It's all in Korea. And we expect these players to not stream cheat anyways. But yes, it is live. It's in living color. And we have a Stargate opener coming up from our red Protoss player here, right in the middle of the base. So, not anything snazzy, not anything crazy. Maybe an Oracle, but most likely just going on into Phoenix Tech behind that, as Patience wants to establish himself in game number 1. No, there is no 2-minute delay. Booty image. There is no delay. Oh wait. Anyway. So, of course, Stargate is now out. It's just going to be straight Phoenix Tech here, and I do like this. Phoenix Tech is a great way to say, hey, I don't want to die to anything, right? I want to be in a good position to get on into the mid-game. I want to be able to defend all of your harassment very easily, etc., etc., etc. And that's going to be useful, because we do have a Hellion drop coming on the way here from RYUNG in this game number 1, and there should be 2 to 3 Phoenix out by the time that this happens, which means, well, 2 to 3 Phoenix get lifted, which means or 2 to 3 Hellions get lifted, which means the Hellions really don't get a whole lot done. Now, these first 2 Hellions that they're going to try to find their way on into the natural, but with the gate and with the double Adept there, it's going to be rather difficult for them. Of course, Adepts fight Hellions just about as well as Hellions fight Adepts. So there we go. Full wall coming on up here, and there is no Reaper on the map, it should be mentioned. Which does mean that there is nothing that will be able to bump the Adepts out of this wall, which means the Hellions will struggle to find their way on in. But now, okay, this is getting a little bit fancy here. So we have 4 Hellions on the map, and then 4 Marines and 2 Widowmines in the drop. So this is a little bit more difficult to defend. Now, Patience, he has made a smart play here. He has decided, no, I will not take my 3rd base anytime quickly here. No, I'm not going to do that. That is exactly what he's looking to do. So now we will have the Marines and the Medevacs. So they're just going to drop on top of this Adept army, and this is really cool. So we're going to have to see the Adept split on here. Nice job from Patience, making sure that he does not open the wall, even with the drop coming on in. And this Medevac, yes, it has 3 Marines remaining, but all of these Hellions should get targeted down. Maybe RYUNG can get something done with these 3 Marines, but most of the damage from this drop has already been thwarted. Great play here from Patience in this game number 1 as he looks to defend this early aggression, although he does need to make sure that he does not lose any more probes. But 3 workers for that. 3 workers for the cost of 2 Widowmines, what will be 4 Marines, a Medevac, and 4 Hellions. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful trades there for our Protoss player. And yeah, this Phoenix is going to try to chase this down. The Marines are still being a little bit annoying, and he has to be careful not to lose that Phoenix. But with the Stoggers here, there we go. It should all get targeted down, but not before 5 workers go down. 6, 7 workers go down at the end of the day. And this is, in fact, almost worthwhile damage at this point from RYUNG. It's not what he wanted. Absolutely not what he wanted, but at the end of the day, getting 7 workers is almost at that break-even point. When you go for these drops, when you go for this little bit of aggression, 8 workers is normally kind of that point that you're looking for as the Terran player. Now, this was more committed. This was 4 Hellions, 2 Widowmines, and 3 Marines in the drop, or 4 Marines in the drop. So yeah, you're looking at more like 10 workers as kind of your break-even point, but 7 is a lot better than 3. And that's kind of what RYUNG was looking at the start of this game. But he does have a 3rd base on the way here. Actually, and here's the big thing, he is equal on workers compared to his opponent. Now, Patience will find this this missile turret coming on in here, so that's going to be denied pretty quickly. But with the 2 Cyclones and with the Viking, well, not going to be a whole lot more done here. And I do like this RYUNG. He realizes this is Phoenix Tech. He says, okay, time to batten down the hatches just a little bit. Let me get some missile turrets. Let me get some Cyclones, making sure I don't want to take any damage to this, anything more than the implicit damage that I have already taken. On the flip side, it is interesting to see how many Phoenix that Patience has gotten, because there are 2 schools of thought regarding Phoenix Colossus play, or that's what this is. On the one hand, you can be a player like Stats. You say, you know what, I really like Phoenix, and I want to get even more. If some are good, more must be better here, so I'm going to go up to 8, 9, maybe even 10 Phoenix here in these Phoenix Colossus play. And that's going to be my game plan. Oh, 1 Phoenix will go down. We're going to have to see whether that gets replaced or not. Oh, the Phoenix, there we go. They're going to get the Viking. Anyway, or do we go like normal players, as a 2 Phoenix will go down here? Patience really not getting the best trade with these Phoenix now, even if they did help him defend that early aggression. Because, of course, the standard play is I get 3 Phoenix, or I get 5 Phoenix. And then I move into Colossus pretty quickly. I get +2, I get extended thermal lance, I get +1, I get +2. It's fine. I don't need anything more than 5 Phoenix. That is my number to chase down drops. That is my number to get damage done. That is my number to fight the Vikings in the sky in the middle of the map. But of course, what in the Rotterdam booty image says, well, yeah, Rotterdam, he might not even buy a Colossus. He'll just build, 30 Phoenix and lift up everything and hope it works. But as we sit here, getting on into the mid-game as Patience takes his 4th base. Look at this map vision from Patience, by the way. He's aware of pretty much everything that is happening on his side of the map. So there we go. He will see this army coming on in on the left-hand side. And he should be well in position to deal with this. Now, the Raven does make things a little bit dicey. How much energy does this Raven have? Raven has full disable energy here, so we should see... There we go. Both Colossus will get disabled here, but with nice force fields, Patience will be able to defend this for the moment. Now, the Colossi do need to be microed backwards. Actually, look at this. This is really cool. The Colossi are soaking damage with the shield battery, because that's something that RYUNG wants to target down. That is one of the targets of this engagement, and he's not going to be able to get it. Yes, the shield battery is now out of energy, and that is something, but it's not the end of the world here. But now Patience, he's found himself a little bit out of position. That being said, though, with these 2 Colossi and the Phoenix that we have, well, actually 3 Colossi, sorry, and the Phoenix that we have should be in a good position here, even if he does lose the Robo. That's rather unfortunate, but look at this Zealot flank. The army of RYUNG will get slapped down for the moment here. He is up on army supply, but I'm not sure really how much that matters, as the Phoenix and the charge slots are just going to look to chase all of this down here. Another Phoenix does go down, but it doesn't even matter. So many of the army of RYUNG falling through the floor here, and the other medevac will go down? Will go down? No, it won't. Okay. The medevac will stay alive, but should go down in the next engagement. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. And now we have double Robo on the way here. Patience, he's just playing this really cool defensive style that we first kind of saw him start to play in the GSL, where it's just all about keeping your Robo units alive, getting as many of them as possible, and going from there. You don't need to take 27 bases compared to your opponent. Although RYUNG is, or excuse me, although Patience is, he's getting up his 5th base, as RYUNG does not even have his 4th base halfway done. But that's just a product of the fact that he is incredibly far ahead in this game. The damage that RYUNG looked for, the damage that RYUNG tried to find, was just not there. And now Patience, though, he is a little bit behind, a lot behind in army supply. That being said, though, upgrades are even. He does have 3 Colossus. He does have the Vikings that he's looking for, or the Phoenix that he's looking for, and there we go. We do have the Colossi here, just looking to try to take down as much of these Widowmines. Now, he's aware that these Widowmines are here, and Oh! Phoenix will get dragged back into his own army. That is unfortunate. Meanwhile, we do have a run by coming here on the right-hand side, but there are enough Stalkers and Zealots that this should not be that big of an issue. Oh, one Colossus... this is so cool. One Colossus will even get recalled to make sure that there is enough to defend this. So now we are entering that stage of the game that, well, that Terran players do find so useful before we get into late game charge lot DT action that really becomes so problematic for Terran players to deal with, where RYUNG has enough army supply, where he feels like he can attack and defend on two positions. He can attack on the left and defend, and attack on the right, attack on the left, attack on the right, and do what he can to draw Patience out of position. Meanwhile, though, Patience adding his 7th base. Or 6th base, I guess, excuse me. Of course, it will be the rich Vespene gas here, and that's going to be pretty powerful. But this army from RYUNG just looking for observers at the moment. But again, 3 Colossi are here, 2 Colossi over there. We're at a 5 Colossus army, and there are no Vikings on the map. Even the probe will be successful. But yeah, there are no Vikings on the map here. And that is rather concerning when your opponent is at 5 Colossus. That is so difficult for RYUNG to ever have a hope to fight into. Yeah, he can win a base trade maybe. Yeah, he can look to tear his opponent apart. But in the straight up engagement, it is going to be so difficult for him. Now, the Phoenix are out of position. And we do have drops coming on into this 4th base. Excuse me, into this 5th base and the 4th base as well. So maybe that's something that RYUNG can get done here. As this is 8 medevacs worth of drops. But, okay, yeah, actually, this is going to do a lot of damage here. We will see some warp-ins and a shield battery overcharge on the right-hand side, but the left-hand side in the main base, 4 more medevacs will try to get their damage done here. Of course, these are 2-2 bio. They do a lot of damage here. And RYUNG, he is starting to build his bank. Now, the Phoenix are going to look for some sort of engagement here, but they are just going to run on top of a bunch of Marines, and they will go down immediately. Patience here, he has just been caught with his pants down. He's absolutely sleeping here, and all of the tech of Patience is going down here. Yes, Patience has an insane bank, but it does not matter if he cannot spend it. As now, will this drop eventually go down? Yes, yes it will. That being said, though, these Widow Mines are still here. The drop will not find damage in the 4th base. The main base goes down. So much of this army is depowered. And suddenly RYUNG is in a much better spot than he once was. Oh man, PB Seamus, I missed that. That was a really cool play from RYUNG. Alright, so now this drop coming on in here once again, and the damage just continues. Once again, we do see an EMP. But this time, it's not going to be enough to remove all of the energy from the Nexus. There we go. Drop coming on in. And it's just going to pick up and leave us. These Widow Mines, they fired again. 4 kills, 3 kills, 7 kills in its entirety. Now, RYUNG looking for damage on the right-hand side, but this is still a scary Protoss army. There are still 6 Colossus. There are 6 Colossus on the map. We have Liberators on the way now. And with these, again, really nice concaves here from RYUNG, it's going to be difficult for Patience to take this engagement as this drop continues to look for damage. But at this point, with the amount of warp-ins here, it won't be that successful. That being said, oh look at this, RYUNG getting it ready for that flank. He will not go for it yet, and we do have this. RYUNG's going to try to take this 5th base on the right-hand side. But this game is turning rapidly really close with this drop in the 3rd base. Now there's the recall. This is going to give RYUNG so much more room to maneuver on the map for the next 45 seconds, the next minute, as he waits for the recall to come back up. And with the recall being done, that does mean Patience has to play a whole lot more defensively until recall's back up again, strictly because he does not have that get out of jail free card. Yeah, I will look to see what I can do to get bets coming on up here for game number 2. It's not really something I know how to do, so we'll figure that one figured out. But look at this. RYUNG, he's tangoing on the middle of the map here, as his drop is going to look to find something on the 3rd base. EMP is on top of the defensive forces, and the base of RYUNG on the right-hand side, or the base of Patience, will go down as well. And this is just a bunch of Blink Stalkers. 2-1 versus 3-3. They cannot fight this. Maybe with Shield Battery they can, and actually with a bunch of Zealots warping, and they will be able to fight that for the moment. But this base goes down. Now we have RYUNG, the drop coming on in as well. Another base goes down. Stream Sniper RYUNG here, getting a disruptor for his efforts as well. And now a bunch of Liberators will siege on up. These are +2 Liberator. Stalker's going to blink forward, doing what they can, but is there enough here for Patience? It looks like there might just very well be at the front. The entire Sky Army of RYUNG, it's down in the ground, and yes, RYUNG is getting a whole lot of damage here on the other side of the map, but so is Patience. The damage here of the army from Patience is undefendable here for the main army of RYUNG. A base will go down, and RYUNG now effectively on 3 bases. Yes, there's a planetary on the right-hand side, but not doing a whole lot, and we are in full base trade scenarios here in this game number 1. So many lasers indeed. Will we see a recall? We do not have that energy. It looks like Patience says, you know, to hell with it. I need to back up here. I've done the damage I'm looking for, but at what cost for Patience? At what cost? Patience, only 9 gateways, but most of those are depowered. No robo, only 1 robo bay. He's just lost so much tech. He's lost so many workers, even if he's still on 42. But if he can take this fight, if he can kill off this army from RYUNG on the right-hand side, the EMPs are going to be rather nice, though. That's going to be rather difficult. EMPs dropping on all of the Zealots, on all of the Stalkers, and that will give RYUNG license to pick up and leave. There we go. If one of my shots will be rather nice as well. And yes, we have this Rich Vespine base, but it has not been mining all game. So 4 more gateways on the way, as well as a Dark Shrine. I almost would like to see Patience just recall here, but yeah, you know, Patience should just recall there because the main base does not matter anymore. So the army here looking to do what it can, but this is a lot of Liberators. 6 Liberators on the map. The rest of the army of RYUNG will link up to join. And this is just almost impossible to fight on into. Maybe when the rest of the army here from Patience joins on in, maybe that's the fight he's looking for. The Stalkers are they're just going to sit here in the Liberator zones. That's not a fight that you can take, Patience. Not at all. Now, RYUNG, we do have shield battery overcharge coming on in, but so many workers will go down here. Now, we're just going to see Patience maybe blink on, there we go, blink on top of all of the Liberators here, do what he can to target everything down, but the army of RYUNG going to come in on the left-hand side, get as many Colossus as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4 Colossus go down. GG, RYUNG! He takes game number 1. And man, you are right, RYUNG playing so gosh darn well here in this game number 1. What a game! What a series already here in this game number 1. Did we just have predictions for like the last who will win this macro map in game number 1? Oh man, the predictions were Patience. Everyone went for Patience when Patience was happening, but unfortunately Patience fell to the wayside just a little bit. Oh, hey, it's Solir. Welcome, welcome, Solir. Of course, Solir, the excellent up-and-coming Spanish Zerg for Team Exxon. So, one of my teammates. Oh, damn. Yeah, here it selects, or a dude has a lot of GGs. He does not have my GG emote, though, so, you know. There's that. Alright, so we're going to wait here for the... Alright. Alright, there we go. We got our countdown coming on in. And apparently I managed to disable sounds and all the madness. But here we are. What's the story on those G's? It's in the... I need to remake it. It's the font that my name, not here, but for all my channel branding is in. And the G's look objectively terrible. But anyway. Never spoil. We have RYUNG versus Patience in a best of 5. Then Rex versus Joan in a best of 5. And then the winner of those two in a best of 5. Right now we're getting on into game number 2 here. RYUNG taking a most excellent... game number 1. But there we go. Let's get on into game number 2. And here we are spawning the upper right. In the red, representing Good Game Gaming. He is Patience. And his opponent in the bottom right in the blue for Team GP. Give it up for RYUNG. Alright, so for those of you that are also interested in watching this cast in Korean, exactly, the late... Oh man, shout out to Slayers. Pour one out for that team. As it looks like we had a little bit of stutter, but, you know, no pause, so we're fine. If you're interested in watching the cast in Korean, I know Team GP is running a broadcast as well. They missed game number 1, but they will have a broadcaster in for game number 2. RYUNG gonna win in map 2. Terran for the win. What a wonderful prediction there. Thank you, whoever. I believe it's probably Sushi that's getting that set up. That sounds like him. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I need to figure out how that works. But anyway. Of course, also, man, RYUNG, also the late Axiom Acer player. Or Axiom player, I guess. And man, oh, what if there's one team I missed from StarCraft, it's the Axiom Acer team. Innovation, RYUNG, Scar. I mean, it was run by Total Biscuit, was absolutely my favorite team of all time. Now, of course, second only to Team Exxon, which I'm on, and Alpha X, which is putting on these events. But I think I'm contractually obligated to say that last one. Anyway, you know, Dude 215, Patience looked really damn good in that last game. I mean, he lost at the end of the day. He got out-positioned. The one time he decides to go attack across the map is the one time when RYUNG moves in with 4 medevacs into his 4th base and into his main base and just kills everything. But Patience looked damn good. He had so many bases on his opponent. He did so much damage. And, well, at the end of the day, well, he did so much implicit damage. He made great holds and made it just so he was not taking any damage. And the minute he said, look, I have 7 Colossus, let's go end. Well, that did not happen. Now, this Adept will find its way on into the main base here, but with the 3 Marines, probably not going to be able to get too much done. It will be able to delay this command center unless the RNG micro is good, which it is. Oh, actually, no, there we go. So the Adept not going to be able to get a whole lot outside of only getting 1 Marine. Will not even delay the command center all that much. Really well done from RYUNG here. RYUNG is 29. Wow. The man has been around for quite a while. I mean, I know he's been around for quite a while, but glad to see him still kicking, still doing awesome stuff. Remember 6 years ago when we were all of the opinion that, if a pro player is above the age of like 22, they're just washed. They can't do anything. Well, that is not the case. Now we have a 3-gate blink coming on up here from our Protoss player in this second game of the series, looking to be maybe a little bit more aggressive. Ooh, Stalker's joining this. Now the question here is the goal for Patience to run on by the bunker and deny mining. I don't like that. There are 7 Marines on the map, 8 Marines on the map. Or is the goal to do this? Is to say, oh, Marines are moving out. Let's do a little bit of a contain. Let's kind of scout here a little. I don't really know. This is really weird to have these Stalkers out this early on. I felt like Patience was older. But again, 3-gate blink. We will have some potential for damage here from our Protoss player. And look at this. There is a pylon coming down on the left-hand side. So Patience, he's looking like he maybe wants to get a little bit more aggressive here. And that is something that is rather interesting. Generally, you don't see this quite significant level of aggression with 3-gate blink. 4-gate blink, sure, but not 3-gate. On the flip side, though, of course, this was the BeoMulf build, or one of the builds that BeoMulf has been doing. We haven't really talked about what RYUNG has been doing all that much here, but this is a really quick stim. This is, of course, a 5-minute stim, which means these Stalkers are just dead, and they will get targeted down. There we go. Of course, the Adept looks like it will survive here. No, actually, it won't. Stim getting on in. But anyways, this is just a large bioforce, and the whole goal here is to move across the map, to get some damage done, and do all that. But once again, Patience is going for a rather delayed 3rd base. And that means that he will take less damage from this, but on the flip side, delayed 3rd base. And RYUNG should start to get a 3rd command center once he gets to the starport. This is generally like a 6-odd minute 3rd command center. Alright, but there we go. Now the bio is going to go on in, But of course, Stalkers at Blink. There we go. Third base on the way here. This third base, realistically, should just get targeted down. And there we go. The stim coming on forward here. Nice force field. But RYUNG, yeah, he's just going to target this down. Base will get canceled. 5 minutes and 48 seconds is the third base timing now for Patience. And most of this army from RYUNG should be able to get out. Now, actually, he's going to turn on back once again. But yeah, with the Blink Stalkers here, it's not going to be all that effective. And now, well, Patience is going to look to try to push this advantage. He says, look, yeah, my third base was delayed, but so is yours. And I got a scary army. I got an Immortal. I got a bunch of Blink Stalkers. I got some Sentries. Let me go on in here and make it so very little of your army is able to go back home. And the medevacs are not out yet, so this is still a bit scary here for our blue Terran player. Yes, he has stim. Yes, he has combat shields. But this is still a scary Protoss army. Alright, so now RYUNG says, you know what? Okay, if you're being aggressive here, if you're on the other side of the map, that means you won't be able to defend my drop as easily. And Patience, for his part, says, okay, I know what you're up to, RYUNG. You canceled my third? Let's double expand. Third base and fourth base on pretty much at the same timing. And it looks like Patience is aware of this drop. I don't know what he saw, because I don't think there were any observers on the right-hand side, but he is well in position to deal with this. Maybe this is just a, oh, hey, you don't have as much army as I would expect you to have. Going to be able to defend that. But now we have this drop coming on in here. This base will get scouted. Now, the bio should be able to clean this up. No, I mean, with the Stalkers, it's going to be difficult. Of course, they do have stim and +1, so they will do some damage. Medevac will be able to stay alive, though. And now other drops coming on. A double drop on the left-hand side. Once again, RYUNG trying to do what he did here in game number 1 and tear his opponent apart. Granted, it's a whole lot harder to do that when your opponent is on 4 bases compared to when they are on 7. And Patience will just find this medevac. One will get targeted down immediately. The second one Marauder will get dropped, but that's going to be just about it. And yeah, really nice observer positioning. And yeah, Patience, he just has this one pylon on the left-hand side. It's going to be good for warpins. But most importantly, it gives a little bit more vision. So let's see, 1-1 now on, or +1 armor now on the way here for Patience for RYUNG. As Patience now being forced to rotate around, as his army is now all here, which, hey, there's no room in the natural should RYUNG look to do it. Those Widowmine shots, though, getting a lot of chunk done here. Now we have the drop coming on in here. Granted, it's only 2 units, so not going to be all that impactful, but a couple workers should go down maybe, and the Stalkers will get warped in to deal with this, and yeah, it's not gonna get more than that. Medevac will be able to escape, though, and now RYUNG, he's kind of in a situation that he was in the last game where he's behind on bases. He's maybe ahead in upgrades, because he will get that observer. Nice pickoff. He's ahead in upgrades. He does have an armory on the way as well as a second eBay, but on the flip side, his economy is not quite where he wants to be. He's 3 bases to 4. Now, Patience is not on the 92 worker count he was earlier on, but again, he's down a base. And we're going to have to see exactly what he's able to do with that. As now we have a quad drop coming on in on the right-hand side. And nice scan there from RYUNG. Says, okay, Patience, I know where your army is. That's the important thing. And actually, this drop will get scouted by the probe. It's always amazing when you look at this. And, I mean, there is rationale to what these players are doing. It's not just, randomly I want to get some more vision here. They kind of know some good timings. And it's always amazing to me just how well timed out. Just how many times you see a probe on the map here just putting on some scouting pylons, and they just manage to scout the drop. The Raider says Patience is getting spanked. I am not convinced that is the case here. Oh, Patience is going to get two of these medevacs, and yes, he will be forced to cancel his 5th base, but it's still 4 bases to 3. Patience has so much vision on his side of the map. And now we have those Stalkers. They're going to come on in. Oh, those Widowmine shots. Well-placed Widowmines here. And now we have the drop coming on into the natural. Only 1 Stalker there, but there we go. A bunch of Zealots will warp on in here. And Patience, he's just doing a really good job of making sure that he does not die. Playing this defensive game, and the longer this lasts for Patience, the better it is for him, realistically. Because RYUNG, he's going to run out of steam. Yes, he does have an upgrade advantage. It will be 2-2 versus 1-1. And yes, RYUNG is getting further into his tech here, but so is Patience. Patience here on 3 Colossus, going up to 4. We're probably going to see him go up to 6 once again. And that trademark Patience GSL style that we saw him debut GSL Season 3, I want to say. But anyway, when you get up to 4 or 5 Colossus, your army is just not really fightable unless you have just a ton of Vikings, which means, well, the ground army is not all that impactful anymore. So now, RYUNG or Patience will find this army from RYUNG. On the right-hand side, nice force fields. We'll be able to snap down some of this bio. Yeah, the medevac's going to try to save what he can, but not going to do a whole hell of a lot here. As we have some genuine, what was it? What was his name? Minigun force fields. There we go. Bones Jones. Big Bones Jones force fields coming on in there. And now this drop will get found out. But now Patience, for the first time in this series, is allowed to actually get on the map. There are no drops sharking in on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. He can actually make use of this terrifying army that he has, so the Widowmine will go off. And that's going to be rather nice. And the Colossi are not quite there yet. So he wants to be a little bit careful, but there we go. We see a lot of Widowmines, has to be careful. But yeah, with Colossi here. Colossi do a lot. We're going to have a full surround of Protoss units coming on in. 2 Colossi on the left-hand side, 2 Colossi on the right-hand side here. Look at this flank from Patience. Someone in the chat said Patience is getting stomped here. That could not be further from the case here. This 4th base will get delayed. The 3rd base will get forced to be preemptively lift. The 4th base gets killed, not even canceled here. And, well, RYUNG, he's going to pull all of his SCVs on the right-hand side, trying to do something about this one part of the army. But even if Patience loses this army, he has more where that came from. The left-hand side doing so much work here. The Colossi, they are standing strong. So many SCVs are going down here. Stalkers rallying on him, not even sure what they're doing, but GG Patience! He's going to tie us up here. Game 2 goes to the man from Good Game Gaming. Oh, hey, Ikazura, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much for supporting Alpha X, StarCraft, all the different stuff we're doing here. But that reminds me, we have a Stream Raiders battle to go on in. Let's do that. Look at this. Let's see whether we can get all this stuff done. We have 23 allies on the map. Let's see what happens. Of course, people just put a bunch of rogues in to get all the chests. This always happens. But hey, the dragon's gonna get slain. There we go. Easy game. And the Argyle gets a couple musketeers. That's fun. I was promised a 4-star battle, and that is not what happened. But it's boss time. All right, so we should also take a moment to point out that this event is in fact sponsored by Backblaze as well. They're a pretty cool live backup service. Pretty cool live backup service. It's for $6 a month. You can get all your entire computer backed up. And should you lose things, should you lose your data in some way, should you have to reformat your computer, you can order a USB or an external hard drive depending on just how much stuff you have. They'll ship it out to you, and you pay a one-time fee. It's like $50 for the USB, it's like $100 for the hard drive. But should you just not want to keep the USB, you ship it all right back and get your backup just like that. Because it takes ages to download, the terabytes of data that you may have. And hey, if you're in Europe, they have their own dedicated servers there, so you can choose to upload to whichever server is closer to you. But with that being said, Stream Raiders is done. Everything else is done. We have a game. Let's get on into Game 3. And here we are, spawning in the bottom left in the red for Team GP. He is RYUNG. I have no idea what they're saying, but if not, okay. Hopefully everything's set up appropriately. And his opponent in the upper right in the blue. He is representing Good Game Gaming. He is the Tolerant Man. Give it up for Patience. I need to learn Korean, but unfortunately, between the time I spend casting and my PhD studies, I don't have a lot of time for that. I've not played a game of StarCraft in like 2 months, which is rather unfortunate, but I've just been so busy. So pretty much all I'm doing is sitting here and casting StarCraft. Or doing PhD stuff, so at least I'm able to keep up with the meta, even if I'm not able to play as much as I would like. But that's fine, because there are no Zergs to get casted anyways. Oh no, because they're well, I actually just got a new mouse a month ago, and it makes me so happy. I got the new Rocket Coney. Agreed, StarCraft before PhD. This is why I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to do this cast. So it means I have the rest of the day to finish. Yeah, I have a midterm that was released on Monday that's due Friday. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I woke up at 4 a.m. to do this cast, so then I can have the rest of the day to finish up that midterm and do all that. But y'all don't care about that. You don't care about academic stuff. You care about the academics of StarCraft. That's the goal. Do we know if RYUNG has a team? We absolutely know that RYUNG has a team. We're going to take a look here. He plays for Team GP. In fact, we can't even see GP's logo. Once again, there we go. Bunch of cool little owls. Of course, Team GP. They're actually making more of a push to be in the StarCraft scene. I mean, they have been in StarCraft scene for a while. They've been in StarCraft for a while, but just picking Creighton Olsen. Who is in it? That's a good question. That is not something I know the answer to off the top of my head. They have Arctur. They have Natural. They have Prince, who, by the way, played the game of the decade against Nina last Monday. If you're interested in that, the VOD is on the Alpha X channel. I believe it's like 4 minutes and 10 like 4 hours and 10 minutes on into the VOD from Monday. They have RYUNG and they have Tails. Of course, they have an academy team of Bubble, DRG Ling, GG Gemini, Yonkong, Lunacy, and a player called TBD, as well as Sandcastle. And then, of course, Creighton Olsen is in their caster ranks. So. You know what? I always pronounce that wrong. But anyway, look at this. We got Hallucinated Oracle coming on in from Patience in this game number 1. Just trying to be as snazzy as possible. I mean, Oracle's there fast. They can get a good scout off, but maybe he can force RYUNG to be a little bit worried about things. But no, RYUNG, he's not biting. He says, look, you're not turning on your Pulsar Beam on an undefended mineral line. I am wise to your tricks. I couldn't really do it anyways because, well, there's this drop that RYUNG attempted in game number 1. Did not work out. But this is not a Stargate opener, like we saw previously. So we're going to see this. Oh, he's going to drop the ramp. Look at this. This is actually really cool. So this is going to cut off reinforcements everywhere. A sentry goes down immediately, and this other Widowmine on 1 HP. Actually going to be rather problematic. So now we have triple Warpins coming on in here, but this is 4 Hellions, and we're going to see so many workers go down, 5 workers go down, and the 3 Hellions there are still alive, but really well handled from Patience. Only 6 workers go down. The medevac goes down. The Widowmine's not going to be able to get a lot done here, and Patience, he's going to hold this with flying colors. What a hold there from Patience. That was such a cool move from RYUNG. But at the end of the day, didn't really work. That was really well done from Patience. And now we have Blink is just about done. Robo Bay on the way. Patience, he has leverage to now get aggressive. He has leverage to take his 3rd base. And away we go. But if you want to mount, I recently got the new Rocket Coney. It's the Coney Amo now. I had the Coney XTD like 7 years ago, and I replaced it because it was really dying. My middle mouse button didn't work anymore, which is rather important for a caster. Oh, hey, Lizard. Thank you so much, Lizard Teats 420. Thank you so much, Lizard Teats 420, for the Prime sub. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Man, I love that. I love that name. Alright, so the observer will go down here, which means the Stalker's not going to get a whole lot done, but of course, patience, this is just posturing for patience. Patient posturing. As he's going to look to go and keep his opponent sane. Keep his opponent honest, keep his opponent at home. Meanwhile, third base on the way. We have Colossus on the way here. And patience, he's just playing that style. Huh, GG is his clan tag. Well, I know he's also he's on the academy team for Team GP, so I guess it's one of those things where you have day 9 because he was the 9 clan back in the day, and well, that just become part of his name. Alright, so Starkers is just gonna get under this, and this base will not go down for a little bit. Alright, but with the bio here, no, it's just gonna be Starkers in the main base. Of course, now the missile turret's gonna get targeted down. The Starkers trying to get as much done as they can here. They will get an add-on, and maybe a couple. Well, actually, they're gonna get some Marauders here, but look at that, they're kind of trapped here now. And there is no way out. This is going to force a recall here, and that means most of this is actually going to go down here. We're going to see Patience. He's going to try to remove as much bio as he can to try to make sure that he gets as much out here. But there we go. The recall will get forced here. Most of those Stalkers will go down. And while that was a pretty cool move there from Patience, at the end of the day, not quite as effective as we would have expected. So now we have Patience getting ready to get a little bit more aggressive here. Charge is not done, though, and this army is not a great aggressive army. It's one that can maybe do a really good job of defending the push of RYUNG in the middle of the map. Yeah, Patience won game 2. He really should have won game 1 as well, but if not for some late game mastery from RYUNG. And now we're in game number 3. It's a 1-1. Patience once again looking really good. Yeah, his supply is maybe not there, but it's because he has been investing into economy, been investing into tech, doing all of those things, and his army can absolutely fight the army of RYUNG in a straight-up battle. But the question is, what exactly is RYUNG going to do about that? He's going to try to tear his opponent apart once again, but look at this map vision from Patience once again. Observers in excellent positions. Pylons in excellent positions. Now the Stalker should blink on top of this. There we go. One medevac goes down. Second one will get out here, but only 3 Marines on in there. Bunch of chargelets on the left-hand side as well. Patience just playing such a wonderful defensive style in this entire series. Now, yes, he was torn apart by RYUNG in the previous game. Or in game number 1, I should say. But that was as a result of playing really well defensively and just taking the wrong timing. Oh, hey, this is the Bar TV. Hello from Team GP. I'm surprised you're not the caster I'm surprised you're not the caster doing this. I know Team GP has a caster, Korean caster doing this event, but of course the Bar TV does a lot of Korean casting as well. Pretty cool dude. But hey, if you're here and you're not casting, when we see Patience RYUNG chatting, and I'll chat a good bit, maybe you can tell me what's happening. If not, totally fine, no worries. But the strap actually will get 5 workers for 3 Marines after everything goes down. Oh. Yep, there we go. Oh, RYUNG not paying attention there, and disruptors, when you're not paying attention to them, well, they take the iron price indeed. Oh man, that's pretty cool though, because Patience has not gone for disruptors in this game whatsoever. Nice blink on top. More Marauders will get targeted down, but tanks are there, and that's a little bit scary. So it's gonna be rather difficult to make this engage happen. I know, there we go. Disruptor shots will not happen. That being said though, the old axiom of StarCraft: when your opponent's defending, expand. When your opponent's attacking, defend. When your opponent's defending, expand. When your opponent's expanding, attack. There we go. That's the last one. But anyway, RYUNG sitting here pretty turtily on these 3 bases. A 4th base coming on up now, but as long as Patience stays +1, +2 bases on his opponent, he will be in a wonderful position in this game. And, well, of course, Patience, he's got an upgrade lead. Now, this army from RYUNG, for the first time, it is getting aggressive in totality here, and he's going to look to try to target this base down. But it looks like Patience will be back here in time. Actually going to be a full-on flank here. Widowmines are going to look to go off. Patience not really getting the juke off here, and actually with all the Widowmines going down, one Stalker will be disabled. Actually, both Stalkers will be disabled, and we have a Dorito Cannon coming on in here. This is actually a fight that RYUNG can maybe take. Now, the Disruptor shots will go off here. Stalkers from the high ground, and that will force RYUNG back, but this is going to be a much better trade than RYUNG was looking at earlier on. Now, the Widowmines, they're actually about to go on off here. Oh, no, the Widowmines. Okay. Okay. Oh man, those are some Widowmine shots. Okay, now they're gonna go down. But on the flip side, Patience, he has 6 bases on the way. RYUNG is on 4. So, as much damage as Patience has taken, and we look at trades here, yeah, he's lost a good bit more. He is still up 2 bases, and he is still mining a whole hell of a lot more than his opponent. Well, he was. Mules are a thing, and then with with the mule hammer being dropped somewhere. Actually, not even. Okay. Okay, the drop coming on in. There's not a whole lot of stuff in this drop, though. And actually, that's rather unfortunate, because that's a lot of RYUNG's army supply here, trapped, a lot of his medevacs. And as long as he can't get them out, that is not that effective of a force, because it's not like there's a bunch of bio in there that can get a lot done. So now we have Disruptors on the right-hand side, and we're at this really cool stage of the game where both players just trying to fight on multiple flanks at once. Oh, hey, 4GG in one of these. That sounds like pretty cool. Now, 4GG has not looked the most impressive in things like in the games I've casted. Well, I've only seen results, but he hasn't been going too deep into like ESL North America Cups. But you know, he still has a champion's mentality. He still has a champion's history. So now we have RYUNG here. This is well, we have Patience. He was active on the other side of the map, but these drops were able to get on it anyways, which means one base goes down. A lot more workers will go down here. 7, 8, 9 workers will go down. And this is the damage that RYUNG has been looking for the last 7, 8 minutes of this game. Yeah, I love seeing 4GG get back on in here, and I would love to see him play in these events. Okay, RYUNG, please kill that observer. There we go. Nice scan. A base goes down. 8 workers go down. And the drop coming on in once again. Shield battery overcharge is a thing, but there's just too much damage here. Shield battery will just get targeted down here. And there we go. Pick off and drop once again. This base should get killed if RYUNG is on top of things. And now RYUNG 3-3 is on the way. Upgrade parity for the moment, but not for much longer. RYUNG will have that upgrade lead. But Patience, though, he has a scary army. The question is whether he can really push into RYUNG here. There are tanks, there are liberators, and it's going to be a rather tough sell for Patience, as this is a map it's hard to attack into once your opponent has 4 bases, especially if your opponent is a turn player. Drop coming on in once again. More and more units will go down. More and more probes will go down here, but there we go. Stalkers, Colossus, Zealots, all that, and that will mean that this drop eventually will get cleaned up here. But hey, you know, more and more damage getting done, and now we're at the point where Patience can't really warp a ton in until he loses some more workers, because he is now maxed out. Now this drop will eventually get cleaned up here, but no, not even. 4 Marauders do stay alive. Although the Photon Cannon has something to maybe say about that. No, Photon Cannon does go down. Anything else on the map for RYUNG? Not really. But now Patience. It's his time to get aggressive on the map here. The Widowmines. Oh no, he gets a sentry. The friendly fire, no Patience. We hardly knew ye, but oh, look, so many Liberators here. +2 Liberators as well, so the Stalkers will blink on top of that, but that's not a fight. That is not a... Oh, God, look at the supply differential all of a sudden. I wish we had a... We don't have Observer... RYUNG made this map, so we don't have Observer Plus, but so many Stalkers just died. Suddenly it's a 4K resource differential, and yeah, Patience has a bank, but he cannot afford to take fights like that too much longer. And yeah, even with his bank, I mean, it's a lot of Zealots that Patience can make, but he cannot make a lot of anything else here, as he's really lacking on the gas count. Sitting here mining off of... Mined out almost all the gas in the main base. No, yeah, he's mining off of effectively 3 gases. That's a problem. But anyway, Liberators will siege up now. Not a lot of Stalkers here. The bio sitting beneath. We will have to see some good Disruptor splits. But that, and yeah, the Disruptor is actually just going to get targeted down. Now, this base actually not even going to go down here. Planetary is now available, and with a mass repair, this base will not go down. 3 workers go down here. So much of the tech from Patience has died. Once again, he's attacking into a choke, and that's not a good move. Look at desupply indeed here. RYUNG, he's just showing some absolute late game dominance in this series. It's really cool to see. Oh, we have a second armory. Was an armory killed? No, we were just going for 2 armory play here. RYUNG wants to get into that +2, or that additional mech armor really quickly. It looks like we have a Liberator sieging up. Now, a Void Ray is on the map here. When did we get a Stargate? Anyway, Void Ray is on the map to deal with some of this Liberator harass, but now the Liberators will siege up once again. Oh, God, you got to run away from their Patience. You got to run away indeed, and oh, man, the Colossus, you're getting so close to going down. Now, these Void Rays, we have 2 Void Rays on the map. Interesting. Of course, 3 Liberators at a time, and alright, the Void Rays are going to look to try to take these down. And 1 Liberator will go down immediately. This is a pretty cool move. I don't know if it's going to be enough here for Patience, but we will have the Stalker Zealot Force coming on in here. It's just a bunch of Gateway units. The Colossi are so heavily damaged. Now, the tank will go down here, but this Bio is going to stim on forward, getting rid of some of these Colossi. No, they won't. Okay, yeah. Void Ray is actually doing a really good job of making it so the Marauders that stem forward can't do a whole hell of a lot. And this is a mass Void Ray. How many Zealots do we have? 40 Zealots on the map. 40 Zealots on the map here. Now, Liberators are on up, and Liberators aren't all that great against Zealots, but they are good against Stalkers. They are against everything else. So, Patience, actually, he's taking a good fight. Patience, with as many Zealots as there are, maybe he's going to be able to take a fight, but it's not enough here. So much of the tech of Patience will get targeted down. But, hey, the Liberators, they're still standing strong. The Zealots, though, these are such tanky Zealots. They have +2 armor. They have +2 shields. That being said, though, this is 3-3 bio, and it's not going to be enough here. Liberator harass doing some good damage as well. And RYUNG, he has just about every base on the map. He will eventually take this bottom right-hand side base. He has the command centers up for it. Yeah, just warping another 50 Zealots. Patience is on 18 gateways right now. For those of you that were curious, 18 gateways on the map. 18 Zealots at a time. So maybe not 50, but it's pretty damn close. And now Liberator harass coming on in once again. More and more Stalkers getting warped on in here. We're just going to see a recall. There is only 1 Colossus on the map. By the 1 Colossus, 2 Void Rays, and just a mass Gateway army. This is the game. This is the point at which RYUNG can feel rather comfortable in his position. He is up. What is that? 30 supply. Oh, he's gonna find the Warp Prism too. He says, "Look to hell with it. I don't even care. Let's kill a base." Now he does have to worry about getting around here, but the Stalkers will blink forward and not take a good trade. Yeah, 1 Liberator goes down, but 1 Liberator for like 4 Stalkers. Not exactly the move. And Patience is just really lacking in the gas count. Now, Shield Battery Overcharge is going to look to say something about that. Stalker flanking coming on in here. And actually, Patience is going to take a rather good trade, all things considered. All the Liberators go down, as will a lot of these Ghosts. And hey, now there is a Stalker drop. There's a Stalker drop coming on it, but with the Liberators, see, these are +3 Liberators. That Warp Prism does go down. And these 2 Stalkers do need to be dealt with. Please, RYUNG, deal with the Stalkers. And yeah, we have more Colossus done as well, but one of these Colossi will just get targeted down and chased down, targeted down. Do we have... Okay, we do have concussive shells. Say, did he forget that? That Colossus does not seem to be slowed down all that much. Hello, Grumpy Cow. Grumpy Cow? Is that what that's supposed to be? Man, what a game that Patience is making such a game of this. He's down so much in supply. He's taken such inferior trades, but this weird mass Gateway army, just with a couple Void Rays, a couple other things, is doing such a good job. Now, these Void Rays are just, these random Void Rays are actually doing a lot. But these are, of course, 3-3 Marines. They can fight this pretty well. Now, big flanking fight coming on in here from RYUNG as he is maxed out once again. This base will get targeted down, and that does mean that Patience has a rather significant income lead for the moment. But the question is whether the fight happens. The Liberators will get targeted down for the moment here. RYUNG not doing a really good job of splitting around this doodad, so that means actually Patience is going to get some really nice Colossus shots. And we are back on a 3 Colossus army. Duke, oh no, you're right, I think. Yeah, but no, you were absolutely right, Silver Cops. Yes, Void Rays can shoot air. They can shoot everything under the sun. That is why the Mass Corruptor style in PvC to deal with Sky Test is not a thing as much anymore, because Void Rays, or just shred them. But anyway, fight coming on in. Once again, Impatience is the closest he has been to the supply of his opponent in quite a while. Now, we do have this final base from RYUNG taken once again, as he did build 2 command centers earlier on. It's an orbital, so maybe not quite as defensible, but on the flip side, he just can pick up and leave when we have these mass zealot armies here. Liberators will siege it up with the one Viking doing what it can to knock these Colossus out. And RYUNG, he's just going to keep splitting on backwards. He does not have a lot of EMPs. And once again, the fight maybe not the best for RYUNG, but for Patience, but he's still surviving. He is still holding on. I mean, I don't think we're there yet. Honestly, we're not at unfightable Liberator counts. Actually, the Stalkers are doing a really good job here. And once again, this base will get targeted down. Patience is Patience coming back into this game? He's going to get another command center. Another 21 workers go down. And RYUNG's army does not feel like it's getting all that much better. Yeah, Zealots are pretty good against Marauders. And how many Marines? I mean, we have 24 Marines, so we have a decent Marine count on top of this. But RYUNG just finding this position where he's struggling to fight on into the army of Patience. Now, RYUNG found this position in this game because he was attacking everywhere at once. He did damage on the right-hand side, did damage on the left-hand side, sniped some bases, and he got himself a really good position so he could take the fight. But now RYUNG's like, okay, you know what? I'm in a good position. Let me just go kind of 1A, or not, I mean, he's microing, but let me just kind of faceplant into my opponent's bases, and yeah, sure. You have a you had an upgrade lead, emphasis on had. You had an army supply lead, still do. But your opponent has a rather difficult army to attack on into when there are shield batteries, when you're attacking on into the choke. And it's just not working out for you. Now, Patience, once again, he is down in supply. But it's only a 26 army supply deficit, and he's been fighting that the entire game. Alright, so, once again, it's just charge a lot more. It's just charge a lot Archon with, where's the DT? Okay, the one DT actually forcing that, that 7th base, what is that? That 6th base to not land from RYUNG. And this one tank has actually done such a good job in this game. I think RYUNG is just occasionally building a new tank to hold this base, which I do like. It's a pretty cool move. Patience has not had a bank for quite a while, but he's just mining a decent amount. I mean, yes, both players have stopped making workers, but look at this. Even this base that Patience took the most recently is mining out. We're at this point where the map is mining out. And that's really going to be that point where RYUNG has not taken this base yet. So RYUNG still has another base to deal with, even as he's mining out of his 4th base, his 5th base, all that. That being said, though, Patience, he's mining out of every base that he can reasonably hold. 13 out of 8, 10 out of 4, 3 out of 8. So there's not a whole lot of minerals left on the map here for Patience at this point. Is Patience going to try to take this base? Yeah, Patience has been lacking gases for quite a while now. And we have a lot of Liberators, too. We're back up to a 5 Liberator count, 7 Vikings to deal with these 3 Colossus and the Void Ray. I do like that's a good count. Generally, it's 3 per Colossus, but when we're looking at it here, when it is +3, when it's 3-1 Vikings, it's disrupt. Oh, hey, for the first time in this game, we have supply parity now. 150 army supply to about 150 army supply. Patience with the upgrade lead, but I mean, but EMPs and Widow Mines will do something about that. Of course, you know, spell damage does not deal with upgrades. So, if all of the shields are gone, suddenly it's not an upgrade lead; it's an upgrade deficit. Meanwhile, we do have a bunch of Stalkers on the right-hand side, and this base will actually get targeted down. We do need to see a repair here. And this one DT is just doing so much work here. The DT won't even go down, even though the scan is committed. And okay, there. Now we have some nice Widow Mines here. Liberators will siege up here, and now we have RYUNG looking for a fight, but the Disruptor shot! Okay. How much did it get? 23 kills on that Disruptor. Now it's gone for multiple shots there. But still, I want to say that was 8 or 9 units. And now, for the first time in like 20 minutes, Patience has a supply lead. Those EMPs are going to be rather nice. Void Rays do go down. Siege up once again. The Disruptor shot, though, it's going to get so many Widow Mines. And that's so important here. Because the Widow Mines are what allow Patience to, or RYUNG to take this fight. Now, this Command Center, it's burning down. Command Center does need to be repaired here. And look at this Patience. He's going to maybe get this base. Now, the army is here, and there we go. It will not be killed. But a decent amount of SCVs do go down. And the base go... Oh, no. Another Command Center from RYUNG goes down. That's something that could have been saved. Now this DT Blink Stalker army on the right-hand side. Well, that's a problem. That being said, though, out of 6, what is this? 240... Call it 400 minerals on this base. A little bit more on this base. Like 1,000 minerals on that base. And we're just at this position where both players, they're running out of money. RYUNG more so, but remember, if he can just, once he sits in this position, once he runs out of money on the rest of the map, he can take the bottom right base. He can kind of turtle on that side, and as long as he's mining there. Yeah, Patience has just been taking these fights that it doesn't feel like he should have been able to take. And now he's only at a 1k resource differential instead of that 4 or 5k resource differential he was at previously. Because Patience has been mining off of 6 bases for the last 10 minutes, and his opponent is not. I mean, yeah, I'll buy that. Alright. So now we have the Protoss army gonna come on in here through a bunch of Liberators. Those Disruptor shots will not quite land, but Liberators do go down. And once again, we have a supply lead for the Red Terran player, and he's now gonna stim on forward. Yes, the Colossi are doing good work, so he's gonna have to back up. Okay. No, he's gonna take the fight. The Vikings, they're gonna move on forward here, which means one of these Colossus should probably go down. No, just the entire ground army of RYUNG is going to go down here. Vikings as well. And one Colossus does go down, but at what cost, Kev? At what cost? Yeah, so Patience is just... It really... Oh, look at this. We now have... Patience is going to take RYUNG's base. And if Patience can mine from this base in any significant fashion, he's going to absolutely take this game. What really happened was RYUNG kept attacking into the high ground, into a bunch of Colossus, into a choke, into shield batteries and cannons, and it just didn't really work out well for him. But now with this attack, and look at this Dorito cannon. Now with only one Disruptor on the... Okay, second Disruptor now will join on up here. Tanks are taking some really good shots, and RYUNG will have to make a good split here. That will be a good split indeed. Disruptor shots will get targeted down. Disruptor will go down. 1, 2, 3 goes down here. Colossi... Now there's one Viking doing whatever he can, but the flanking Disruptor coming on in from behind. Will it be enough here? RYUNG, no. He's going to target it down. Disruptor shots will not be enough. And now we're at even army supply. This game, it's gone long enough that we have another Stream Raiders battle. We did one right before last game, and we're going to do one after this game as well. This game has been going damn long here. RYUNG on 82 supply, Patience on 96. He has to knock this base down, or Patience will win the game. And I'm not convinced he has enough 4 Marauders at a time, but that is about it. We're going to see the SCVs get pulled. We will see the SCVs get pulled to defend this, as RYUNG is literally mining off of 8 workers worth of mineral patches. 100, 600, 800, call it 900 resources, 900 minerals left on the map for RYUNG, as the SCVs, they have been pulled, but the Stalker, the Colossus is for SCV pull at 30 minutes into this game. Let's go, RYUNG. It is now or never. He's going to do what he can, but look at this Patience. He's microing backwards. Zealots are going to do what they can. RYUNG, he's doing what he can in this last-ditch effort, but we have Zealots warping in on RYUNG's side of the map. There is not enough. GG Patience. He's going to go to match point. Oh, man, what a game. What a what a game there from Patience. My God, what a game. Holy shit, what a game. Oh, man. All right, so while we sit here, holy shit, what a game. Oh, hey, also, I've been made aware of the fact that the Bar TV, who is, of course, the owner of, the owner-manager of Team GP, it's his birthday today. So everyone, make sure to wish the Bar TV a happy birthday. I would sing to you, but you don't want me singing. And we got a Stream Raiders battle. Let's do that. And thank you all, Ikazura. Follow that rhythm. Thank you, I appreciate you. All compliments are appreciated. As this one rogue going on in on the boss. I don't really know how that's gonna work out for you, bud, but oh, okay, never mind. Oh, never mind. It's still level 30 rogue. We're good. Okay, Lightshade's gonna be the map. Thank you, the Bar TV. I missed that. Thank you, follow that rhythm. I do what I can, even if it is 6 in the morning. I woke up at 4 for this. Absolutely worthwhile. And while we are not sponsored by G Fuel, I have a little bit more. It's keeping me sane. You know, Alexa, a lot of Alpha X stuff is drink some water, BeoMulf. Thank you. Good call. Hydrate or dihydrate? Alright, so we're now on in here at game number 5. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right. In the blue. He is back against the wall here in this game number 4, but man, he's looked good in this series thus far. For Team GP, he's RYUNG. And his opponent in the upper left. In the red, he is representing Good Game Gaming. Give it up for Patience. And look at that, the Bar TV doing God's work here. Going on in, giving me the chat, telling me everything that's happening between these two players. Am I a real gamer there? I don't even want to know. Protoss in a cold sweat. RYUNG now finally turning on to his Super Saiyan form, I believe. Oh, man. So, size matters. You say today it's men's birthday. I'm not familiar with that. You say it's a Chinese thing. Please explain. Oh, wait. I forgot to grant rewards. I'm going to start a new map. Boss has been defeated. And we're going to start a new map. There we go. Alright. There we go. That's all started. Apologies! So... Wait, so is that saying that every man has their birthday on the 7th day of the Lunar New Year? Okay. I'll have to look into it. That's it. I feel like I've heard something about that. Like, well, like everyone's birthday is kind of celebrated on the same day just because of how, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking about something I read. I don't know. But anyway, happy birthday to the Bar TV regardless. I would sing, but you don't want that. As we know, we have a 1-1-1 coming up here from RYUNG. In this game number 4, I think we're probably going to see something similar to what we saw in the previous game in game number 1. Maybe a slightly different variation, but with the Marine drop, there we go, Hellions on the way, so we're going to see 4 Hellions, we're going to see maybe 2 Widow Mines. That being said, though, this is not a reactored factory. And we have one Stalker now on the map, but look at the Stalkers there will take the high ground. And there we go. SCV will be able to stay alive as well. Well, okay, here's the thing, Morlocks. The Bar TV is not a common man. He's not an ordinary man. He's an incredible man. He's the owner of a StarCraft team, and that makes him morally, ethically, genetically, intellectually superior than the common man. So, also he's an awesome person. But thanks, Morlocks. That's pretty cool. I was not aware of that fact. Now, once again, we have Patience going for the fake Oracle here. It's going to get us good scout, but more importantly, it's just going to do what it can to, maybe fake RYUNG out just a little, force him back. And there we go, Marines in the main base. And yeah, okay, he's going to say, oh, wait a minute, this Oracle is taking so much damage. Hey, thanks, ARF520. So, I am not Alpha X, alright? This is the Alpha X channel. Alpha X puts on a bunch of different events. I go by BeoMulf. If you like what I'm doing, use the actually, yeah. There we go. Let's just do that. I do a bunch of stuff. I've actually been doing a lot of stuff for Alpha X this month because of, well, because of different contractual obligations. It's pretty awesome. We got a bunch of sponsors coming on in here. But in return, we got to do a lot of streams on Twitch. So that's what I'm doing. Although personally, I'm a member of Team Exxon. But I got a great working relationship with Sushi, and I'm doing a lot of stuff. It means I get up at 4 in the morning, but absolutely worthwhile if we're going to get games like this. And again, thanks so much, ARF. I very much appreciate it. Love you a long time. If you want to see more of what I do, there's actually, I've done a lot of VODs on YouTube. A lot of videos are going up on YouTube. Casters like me, like Steadfast, like Kozan, like Pastor, all these different people. So make sure to check that out as well. And I believe it's going up soon as these Stalkers. They're going to try to get something done here. Just sit outside of the range of the bunker. But now their Marines are here, yeah. Stalkers should not get a whole lot, but no, they're just going to go on forward. And there we go, blink back, yeah. Not a whole lot to getting done here. There's a video that's going to be uploaded soon if it has not already. And let me check, actually, while this game happens. Of Prince versus Nina. It's a best of five. It's best of 5 from ESLNA. And oh, sorry about that. It's okay. It's not up yet. From the ESL North America Cup, and it is Game 3 is the best game since. You know, it's all good booty image or booty mage. There we go. Yeah, it literally was the best game of all time, and I love Scarlet Bomber. I believe, again, that when I show players, I'm like, hey, look, this is the game I love. This is the game I cast. This is the best game that's ever been played. I may have to start showing them Nina versus Prince because it was absolutely insane. Game has not been uploaded to YouTube yet. When it is, please go check it out. Game 1, it's kind of a stomp, but games 2, 3 are just incredible. Game 3 is, again, the best game ever, in my humble opinion. Yes, Teja Innovation's up there. Yes, Bomber Scarlet is up there. But, all right, now Stalkers are just going to run right on. Now, okay, just a little bit of damage on the bunker. And this, of course, is a third command center build. The RYUNG, he's going to take this at 6 minutes. I don't even remember Life versus Show. That was before. I think that was before I started watching StarCraft. Actually, I joined in 2013, like WCS Summer with Scarlet versus Bomber. That series where Scarlet's like miracle run in the WCS Global Finals, and that's what got me into it. I was for the first time in my life I had good internet. I grew up on satellite internet, dial-up internet. I was staying with my grandparents for the summer for an internship, and so I would go home after work every day and I would watch WCS North America, and it was awesome. But anyway, we should talk about this game a little. RYUNG now finding himself on up here into this situation between the natural and third base, and this is a really nice sieged up position with 4 tanks. Granted, charge is done. There are 2 Colossi on the map, but granted, these 2 Colossi may as well not even matter. As now the tank siege up on up again. But hey, with the Raven, there are, in fact, 2 disables here. And that's going to make life rather difficult. These force fields will be forced out, and not a whole lot of damage getting done with them. Now, RYUNG, he is inching forward. That being said, though, we have a big Zealot run by on into this third base, and it's going to wipe out the entire mineral line, forcing RYUNG to be absolutely all in. When with these 3 Colossi, okay, so 2 Colossi will get disabled here, and RYUNG says, okay, the hell with this, who cares about the third base, let's get on into the natural. Now, the Stark is wobbling on forward, most of those tanks are unsieged, but now RYUNG, can he target these Colossus down? He will not be able to do so, but maybe he can get some equalizing damage here. He has lost 23 workers, he is absolutely all in. Yes, he has a third base, but it does not matter here, as he is not really mining in this game. So, okay, the Colossus tech will get depowered for the time being, and now the army of RYUNG gonna try to get on top of this. It's not gonna be able to get enough. It's only bio left. There are no tanks. There's nothing but mines. Medivacs, they're coming on in to their doom, and RYUNG, he's doing what he can, but he will be okay, actually, I really like this. He's in a high ground position here. Maybe he can take some good position, but it's not going to be enough. He has 2 Medivacs of units left, and Patience here. He has his third base. Oh, actually, no, he lost his third base, but he's still effectively at 2 base versus 1. Oh man, pour one out for Jeff. I missed that. But anyway, now Patience, he realizes what kind of position he is in this game. There's only 1 tank on the map at the moment. More and more coming out. But now he's up 11 army supply, but more importantly, he is mining so well. I guess mules are a thing. But eventually he will be mining so much more than his opponents. We do have the Colossi, they were never killed. The Colossus were never killed. Patience, he has an upgrade lead. He will have a massive upgrade lead pretty soon. Yeah, Life versus Maru, that IEM, what was it, Shanghai Grand Finals? Also another great series. Now, unfortunately, Life, we don't speak his name anymore. Unfortunately, he had to almost pretty much kill the Korean scene, remove Kespa from it with the match fixing. But anyway, look at this. We have Patience here. He's going to move off a lot of these charges on the bottom side. And he's looking for that run by, but actually RYUNG will find this. That being said, though, RYUNG is not building any more workers, by the way. He's just doing what he can to try to build as big of an army as possible and sledgehammer into Patience once again. Now, another tank will go down. This is just +1 bio versus 2-1 Protoss. Now, maybe RYUNG can take the fight. Okay, I like this. He's going to open up another attack path here. And if he'd get on into the position outside of his opponent's third base, that's a really good siege position, but there's just not a lot of tanks on the map. Only 2. And RYUNG, he's just desperately looking for a fight. He's down in upgrades. Patience, you might be a little bit greedy here. He's taking a 5th base. But now RYUNG, has he found an inside position here? Has he found what he's looking for? He's going to look to target down some of these pylons. Will not be successful, though. The tanks, they're a little bit far back, and this is the position that maybe Patience can take the engagement before the tanks really arrive. More and more tanks are getting rallied on in here, and there we go. Now tanks are coming to the fore, and a really nice concave from RYUNG, but he does not have that supply lead he had earlier. Stemming on in here, trying to get as much as he can, but it's not going to be enough. GG, Patience. He's going to be your first finalist.